A few seconds ago, this brand was the last thing on your mind. And now, thousands of people like you are thinking about it and checking it out online. If your brand is the last thing on people's minds, advertise on radio. Because if you need results now, radio's never been more alive. Visit radioalive.com.au.
Fees and carrier charges apply.
On 882 6PR, this is Perth Tonight with Chris Ilsley.
Indeed, time to talk technology with our technocrat, Mr. One Ben Aylett from benaylett.com. By the way, if you're looking up, don't forget you've got one L and two T's in Aylett. As always,
right,
mate, welcome along.
G'day. How's things?
Very well. What's news? What's happening in the wonderful world of tech first up?
Right. Well, I'm still doing the free cybersecurity newsletter. So
Yes.
if anyone's interested in getting their hands on a cybersecurity newsletter that is aimed at normal people, so you don't have to be a technical whiz to understand it, it's a monthly newsletter that comes to you free in your inbox. You can subscribe just by going to benaylett.com/contact.
What sort of stuff do we get?
It's really just basic stuff. So things we know we should be doing, and it's more of a reminder, sort of a prompt to say, hey, Microsoft has released an update for Windows and Microsoft Office, or Apple has just updated their operating system, or you've got new Android stuff to look at, or new iOS stuff. So it's just really, really basic stuff that we should be looking at every month.
You've just got to wonder about some of this stuff, don't you? That it's all out there, and we have to be aware of security, don't we? If we're not aware of it, there's a big problem.
Absolutely, because attacks on us and scams, they're not getting worse. They're actually only getting better. So they're just building on their previous successes, and it's a never-ending race. So we really do have to keep up. So it's a big deal, I'm afraid.
Could we ever envisage a time when we might actually be able to, I don't know, send nasties to people who are sending nasties to us? You know, a bit like the old return to sender thing.
Yeah, what you're talking about there is something that some private businesses have been looking at doing, and it's called hacking back within the industry.
I like it.
It sounds fun, but you've got to remember that you're taking on cyber criminals who are pretty good at what they do. And you might be in charge of some sort of trust, hedge fund, or you might be a baker or a banker or something. Your area of expertise is not in launching cyber attacks. So
no, but we could get people like you to do that for us.
Yeah, okay, that's possible. But then, oh boy, how bad could that get? Because a lot of attacks.
Oh mate, how much fun could it be?
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the step afterwards. So yeah, it'll be fun to go and take down somebody, but that somebody could be a state-backed hacker collective of a foreign country that might have some sort of hostile feelings towards our home country. In which case, we could find ourselves at the start of maybe some sort of a war. There has in the past been kinetic response, as we call it, i.e. launching bombs at offices where hackers do their thing. This is already...
Oh, geez, I wasn't talking about launching bombs at them, you know.
Well, it's already happened. The US has launched airstrikes against known hacker cells in foreign countries.
Why wouldn't you just hack against the hackers?
It's easy.
Surely the CIA and the FBI have people. Anyway, let's take some calls.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah. Hi, Kevin.
Hi. I've spoken to you about this before. It's regarding my phone service.
Yep.
And it's still no improvement. I was wondering if you would like to take it up on my behalf, because I don't seem to be getting anywhere with them.
Okay, so what have we done so far?
Well, I've changed the SIM card. I've even changed the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I changed the SIM card 2 or 3 times. And all, because I'm with Vodafone, and Vodafone also seem to be doing is, we'll pay for your bill 50% of your phone bill, because I'm having to use mobile data all the time.
Right. Okay.
And I'm getting nowhere.
All right. Refresh my memory. This is you're the guy who has trouble when you leave home. Is that right?
That's right. That's right.
Okay. I would actually try going to a different mobile provider.
I got a mother's phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's the doctor's.
Yep.
And especially at home, we got nothing.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'd skip Optus as well. I would probably give someone like Telstra or a Telstra carrier a try.
Well, Telstra,
Yeah.
I can't use them either because they class us being in the black spot.
Oh, bugger. Okay.
Whereabouts do you live?
I think we've been through this.
I live in Rossmoyne.
Rossmoyne. How the hell can Rossmoyne be a black spot?
Okay.
I mean, really?
Reporting.
Are these people
And,
serious?
you know, and I spent $1,900 in putting up a smart antenna. That's, while I'm home, that's great. It's fine.
Yep.
But when I'm out and about, it's rubbish.
All righty.
And I've got two of my brothers who are with Vodafone, and they don't have an issue.
Yeah. And, okay, so when you're with your brothers and they're not having an issue, with you standing right next to them, are you having an issue?
The times I've been with my brothers, it's been at home, so no, I don't.
Okay. All righty.
So one lives at home with me, and the other one lives down in Myree, and he could be in a far better reception area than I am.
Yeah, okay. So
Since it's gone to 4G, that's when the dirt's hit the fan. Because when it was 3G, I had no issues.
Right, okay, yeah. 3G does operate at a lower frequency. So because it's a lower frequency, it tends to travel a little bit further. 4G and then, eventually 5G with millimetre wave stuff, it won't be able to travel as far because it is a higher frequency. This could be the cause of why you're having problems with 4G. Now, how to fix it? There is a way that you can report a mobile black spot, and it is actually done by the Australian government. So if you just search for mobile black spot program, you'll see links to communications.gov.au, and it should give you the places you need to go in order to report a black spot.
Yeah, well, can you leave me your number, and I can grab those details off you tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. My number is 0419.
Yeah. At the moment, I don't have the pen and paper.
Well, that's all right, mate. We'll give it at the end of the program.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for that, Kevin. 922-11882 is our number. We'll take some more calls in a moment.
Start your day the right way
I want to know this morning, what is in your backyard?
with Steve Mills and Basil Zemplis.
Everyone had a Hills hoist. That was kind of like a status symbol. It was an Aussie invention.
We've got a Hills hoist.
Yes.
It's been here since 1971. We've got a miniature railway track.
Oh, wow.
I'd say a sandpit. Normally with a sandpit comes a
excellent.
cubby. A basketball hoop. Footy posts.
I've got a weather station.
Breakfast with Steve Mills and Basil Zemplis. Tomorrow morning from 5 on 882 6PR. Or catch up now at 6pr.com.au.
Stop what you're doing. The Chemist Warehouse half-price vitamin sale is on now. That means there's half price off all Blackmores and Swiss vitamins, half price off all Bioglan and Nature's Way vitamins, and half price off Naturopathica and Wagner vitamins. With half price off these selected vitamins, you won't want to miss out. So hurry in for the Chemist Warehouse half-price vitamin sale. With vitamins this cheap, you'll want to be quick. Chemist Warehouse, great savings every day.
HBF members, did you know you can get extra from your optical extras at Specsavers? Head in store today and get 2 styles from the $149 range, no gap, including single vision lenses. Hurry, for a limited time only at Specsavers. Conditions apply.
Imagine a life where every day feels like a holiday. It's relaxing, fun, fulfilling, and could be well within your reach. Discover Lend-Lease Retirement Living's range of villages across WA where you can expect all that and more. With 10 prime locations to choose from, a variety of beautiful homes to suit your budget, and numerous lifestyle benefits, you can live your life your way with total peace of mind. Retirement has never looked so good. Visit retireinwa.com.au or call 1800 550 550 to book your private tour today.
Hi, Carl Langdon here. If you're in the market for safety boots, here's some facts. The Steel Blue Argyle is the biggest selling boot in WA. Some outlets are selling them for $190, others for $175. But at Work Clobber, you'll pay just $164. No special gimmicks, no terms and conditions, just their everyday trade price of $164 for the original Steel Blue Argyle boots. So get into Work Clobber's 9 trade stores. They're everywhere.
The big one is back at Nissan with one great finance rate and zero deposit on selected Nissan models. Plus, get a 5-year warranty. Nissan, innovation that excites. Approved private and ABN buys only. T's and C's apply.
Total is one of the world's largest lubricant manufacturers. They pride themselves on their innovative products, outstanding customer service, and expert lubricant product knowledge for all applications. Total service a variety of industries, including automotive, transport, agriculture, industrial, mining, and earthmoving. Buy the range of Total oils and lubricants, wholesale direct at factory prices from Golden West Lubricants, your authorised Total lubricants distributor. Visit gwlubes.com.au.
Until midnight, this is Perth Tonight with Chris Ilsley on 882 6PR.
We're talking technology with Ben Aylett from benaylett.com. That's
right.
where you'll find all of his contact information. benaylett.com. 1L, 2 T's and Aylett. G'day, James.
Hello there.
Hello, James.
What can we do for you, James? Go for it.
Yeah, I'm calling in because I'm a concerned citizen in the Morley area, and I'm working on generating awareness around a tower that is near the Durham Road School, disabled school, that is 5G proposed upgrade. It's going to be pumping out 1 million microwatts per square metre, and at the moment, state-sanctioned experts are claiming that it's only 10% of the UPAN's limits, which makes it okay, but people don't realise that it's actually 10 times over the limit in many countries such as France, Israel, Bulgaria. Then we look at other countries like China, where it's actually 15 times their limit already, and that's around a disabled school that already have issues, with the nervous system and neuropsychiatric disorders that are proven to be connected to EMF exposure. In particular, with the health concerns, there is no limit to the amount of peer-reviewed scientific evidence coming from those leading scientists in biomedicine and biophysics that support these claims of harm. And a platform is not being given to the public, and I'm very concerned with that.
All right. Can we start with what is, according to your literature, the safe limits in exposure?
Yes, so the safe limits, health-based standards set by the Bioinitiative working group were set from 3 to 6 microwatts per square metre. We have building biology standards set at 10 microwatts per square metre. And the Celiton Statement, which was a panel that met in 2009, headed by Ole Johansson, considered by many to be the world's leading scientists in cell phone radiation research, they actually concluded a exposure level of 170. And also, if I can just mention quickly, the other conclusions in the Celiton Statement included that ICNIRP and the FCC, which includes PANZA's regulations, which are taken from ICNIRP, public safety limits are inadequate and obsolete with respect to prolonged low-intensity exposures. They also said that new biologically based public exposure standards are urgently needed to protect public health worldwide. And finally, point 4 was it is not in the public interest to wait. So we've got the leading minds in this field trying to alert the public, but at the same time the media doesn't seem to be giving much of a platform to any of these experts.
All right. Okay, so
Well, before you go any further, how many microwatts did you say this thing was putting out?
It'll be 1 million microwatts per square metre.
Well, that's crap for a start.
That's, yeah.
I mean, 1 million microwatts, mate, is 0.001 milliwatts. Right? I can tell you right now, where you are in Morley, you would be receiving at best about 15 milliwatts from this radio transmitter at Belmont. Where you are in Morley, at best you'd be getting that. There is no way they're putting out that amount of power. I'll tell you why, mate, because the transmitters that have to have underneath them would be huge.
It's the proposed configuration that you can find on the RFNSA website, which has an environmental EME report.
And that's RF?
RFNSA.
NSA. And N for November.
Yes. And if you look at 13 Month Street in Bayswater, you'll find a base station that is near the Durham Road School, which will expose them to 273,000 microwatts per square metre.
273,000, mate, seriously?
That's
you have
a
got
lot of
no
power.
idea what you're talking about. You're not even close. 273,000 microwatts. Mate, seriously, you must be on some very, very dangerous drugs. Seriously, you have got no idea what you're talking about.
EME report. I'm looking at the environmental EME report, which can be found on the RFNSA website. I'm sure if there's a computer in front of you, you can pull it up. It'll take just 1 minute, and you'll find that these are the guidelines that are using our PANSA to inform the public of what the current levels are and what the proposed levels are. Already they're at dangerous levels. From 100 to 200 metres away, they're quoted at 277,000 microwatts, and that's with existing 3G and 4G.
Mate, I don't care where you're getting that information from. It's wrong. It's not even close to being right. Not even close to being right.
You have to look at the website, which is one of the main websites used to inform the public.
So what figure are you talking about, Michael? Give me that last figure you were talking about.
So currently at this tower, from 100 to 200 metres in range, the exposure levels, the power density is 277,000 microwatts per square metre. Now, our PANSA safety guidelines are the worst in the world, along with the UK and the US, set at 10 million microwatts per square metre. And in some cases, that's 1 million times higher than areas such as Salzburg in Austria that have an outdoor limit.
Mate, that's 277 milliwatts. You're not going to be getting that at that distance. Not with the power outputs from those systems. I don't care what they say, they're wrong.
Please listen to the units. You're talking milliwatts. So this is an order of magnitude greater, if you would hear what I'm saying.
Mate, I know about this stuff, okay? So don't patronise me because I know about this stuff. What I do know is you don't know about this stuff. And I'm telling you, I'm sorry. Ben, I got to call crap on this. I'm sorry, mate.
Yeah, look, it is hard to call. I mean, you've made your mind up. I'm going to have a closer look at this radio frequency national site archive. Yep. But yeah, I do think that people are confusing in some cases, actually a lot of cases, they are confusing frequency with power, and then also there's the units of power, the measure of power.
Yep.
And then, of course, we've got the inverse square laws as well when it comes to transmission.
Which basically means that as you double the distance, you divide the power by 4.
Exactly, yes. So the drop-off on power is really quite significant, and I'm going to try and find out some definitive guide on what is safe.
Well, 277,000 microwatts is 277 milliwatts.
Yeah, and this is ignoring...
Now, mate, 277 milliwatts is a hell of a lot of power.
It is.
The power attenuates very quickly. And as you pointed out, I mean, this radio station's transmitter is approximately 12 kilowatts. Right? That's what it's put into the antenna.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You would have to be in pretty close proximity of that transmitter to be getting a signal strength of 277 milliwatts.
Yeah.
James is out at Morley. He'd be lucky if he's getting 15 from our transmitter out there.
Yep. And look, we haven't even touched on the ionising versus non-ionising radiation. Non-ionising radiation, that is everything up to ultraviolet. So that's visible light, infrared, radiated heat, and then also all the usual radio communications that we use, including microwave and Wi-Fi and millimetre wave stuff.
A lot of this stuff has been around for a long time, of course. You know, we talk about that. We talk about some of the power outputs. Some of this stuff. And basically, non-ionising radiation, put simply, is radiation that doesn't carry enough oomph to ionise molecules or atoms.
Yeah, it's there is a lot of stuff that I've been studying over the years, and you know the ionising, non-ionising radiation. That's basically stuff I've been raised on, and you know that's what I understand to be the risk when it gets to ionising radiation. That's when we start having problems. Non-ionising has been floating around the atmosphere for decades before humans. It's been hanging around for ages, and I don't know. I suppose we'll see. We'll keep looking into it because I would like an answer as well.
Well, here's the other point. I mean, the systems that we get in Australia are manufactured by people overseas anyway, right? We're buying stuff from people like Sony Ericsson. Ericsson have been manufacturing telephone type equipment for a long time.
Yeah.
Sony have been electronic so we're not somehow operating to some different standard.
No.
You know, we're going to be buying the equipment that operates this from Europe or from the United States, people like Motorola.
Yeah, it still has to pass emission standards for Australia because we do have our own standards.
Well, exactly right. Exactly right. Sean.
Hi, yeah. My name's Sean. I'm a concerned citizen about 5G living in Whitford.
Right.
I'd just like to talk about the Bioinitiative report, which is a 1,557-page report of over 2,000 independent scientific publications. One in particular, I'm doing this by memory, so please bear with me. There are a number of studies that can be found at bioinitiative.org on the effects of wireless radiation on melatonin production.
Mm-hmm.
During nighttime hours, the body goes through a process called cell mitosis. This is when the body takes the time to repair damaged cells from things like overexposure to sunlight. This process creates a lot of toxic wastage, known as free radicals, that if not cleaned from the body, if not cleansed from the body, have the potential to cause serious illness like cancer. During this time, however, the body produces high amounts of melatonin to clean up this mess. Melatonin's antioxidant properties are 5 times stronger than vitamin C and twice as strong as vitamin E. However, some of the studies from the Bioinitiative report conclude that the body mistakes frequencies from wireless infrastructure and devices for that of visible light, and therefore only produces...
Okay, before we go any further, Sean...
Hang on.
No, you hang on a second. Before you go any further, you're reading something, right? Firstly, do you even know what you're reading?
Yes, I am. I read through the Bioinitiative report.
Right. Are you also aware of the criticisms of the Bioinitiative report?
Yes, I'm aware of those criticisms.
Right. So you're simply reading off something that just happens to back the opinion that you hold.
Oh,
I mean, apart from anything else, this Bioinitiative report you're talking about came about 7 years before we'd even heard of 5G, mate.
Yes, and if you would let me finish, I'll get to that. Okay, I've only got 1 page left. So.
Well, mate, you're reading it, and with the greatest of respect, you sound boring when you're reading it. So how about talking off the top of your head and not parroting something off a piece of paper, which, with the greatest respect, Sean, you don't know?
Okay. Well, as a one-off situation, this would not be a problem when experienced over and over and can lead to serious health effects.
What are you talking about there, Sean? Stop reading, mate. I can hear you reading. Stop reading. Oh, no. Sorry, Ben. I'm getting a headache.
I don't know. It feels like when they're reading off something,
they don't even know what they're reading. This is the problem. I mean, usually when somebody studies something, they actually understand what they're reading.
Yeah.
Right? So these people phone up and say, we're not happy about 5G. And this clown here is quoting a report that was around 5 years before 5G ever existed.
Yeah, no,
and a report that's been discredited in many circles as well, if he bothered to do his research, which I don't think he has. I mean, lots of stuff on the internet, but lots of stuff on there is not right.
Well, very true. And, we do know that a lot of stuff out there is not right because we have seen information campaigns or false information campaigns out there that have done all sorts of things. And namely, the most recent one was the US 2016 election. A lot of that was affected by false information.
Yep. And do you know one of the reasons why there's false information out there? A lot of it's generated by the Russians because they want to limit the technological advances of the West because it's in their strategic best interest to do so.
I've heard that as well, yeah. And it is concerning when we allow this false information to fly around the place and we buy it hook, line and sinker. And it's, well, I don't mind people believing what they want to believe.
Yep.
But when it starts affecting...
when you start to impact it on other people. I'll give you an example. Okay, all this stuff gets parroted, but I wonder how many of these people phoning up don't use mobile phones, don't use any of the modern technology. I mean, here's a ridiculous thing. James from Morley, who phoned to complain first up, he rings us on a mobile.
Yep.
To be fair to Sean, that last caller, he's called us on a landline. But the overwhelming majority of phone calls we receive at any given time on any given program on this radio station come from a mobile phone. Memo. if you want to use a mobile phone, you have to have mobile phone towers in reasonably close proximity. And those mobile phone towers are both transmitter and receiver. And if you want to talk about the exposure to radiation, if you happen to have your mobile phone in your pocket, the chances are you're getting more radiation from that than you're getting from any mobile phone tower, unless you want to climb the mobile phone tower and kiss the antenna.
That's true. So, the mobile phone device, I mean, these things operate at a very low power frequency anyway, but you're worrying about towers when you've got a device in your pocket. I don't know. It doesn't quite add up.
How many people have got a Wi-Fi set up in their house?
Yeah, absolutely. And a microwave oven.
Yeah, and they've had one of those since the 1970s. When the standards were somewhat less by comparison. And the chances are they leaked a lot more radiation.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How much is the cost of a membership fee to the Tinfoil Hat Brigade, I wonder?
Saturday in WA.
Make sure you join myself, Brad Fitzgerald and Carl Langdon for Saturday in WA this Saturday. And Carl, what have we got on the show?
Well, 12 till 3, Fitzy will be on. We'll have motoring, we'll have travel, camping. We'll feature destinations where you can take the caravan and go and enjoy the wonderful West Australian coastline. We've got 12,000 kilometres of it. There's plenty to do up north, but we'll be featuring some down south destinations to kick off on Saturday.
So if you like to get out of the house on a Saturday, make sure you're listening to Saturday in WA.
Starts this Saturday from midday on 882 6PR.
We all have our reasons for taking out life insurance. Some are big and some much smaller. Either way, it's a great feeling knowing that with real life insurance...
I know you're listening to this radio ad, but I just wanted to say you're listening to this radio ad. And so are thousands of potential customers. So if you need results now, radio's never been more alive. Visit radioalive.com.au.
Always check the PDS issued by Hanover Life Re of Australasia Limited.
Have you ever wondered how you can bring more happiness into your retirement? Hi there, I'm Dr. Tim Sharp, Australia's very own Dr. Happy, and an expert in positive ageing. I've been working with Sanai's Retirement Living to help address this exact question. And together, we've created the Live Happy approach to retirement living. It's all about providing the very best lifestyle so every day is as enjoyable as possible. To see how Sanai's is helping their residents towards a happier retirement, visit sanaisretirementliving.com.au today.
You have made all of Rome proud this day, Gladiator. What can your emperor do for you?
All I ask is that I finally bring honor to the name. Meet Bullius Maximus.
Introducing the Meat Bullius Maximus from Jester's. Authentic Italian meatballs in Napolitana sauce with basil and tasty melted cheese in a pie for a limited time only.
How do you stay at the top of your game for 40 years? It begins with a passion for what you do. It means service and excellence in every detail. And it's a commitment to give your very best at every opportunity. Now that's how you build a reputation for excellence. And then you just keep building. Ross North Homes. They're still building excellence, superb quality and value into every new home they build. Ross North Homes, 40 years strong. Visit rossnorthhomes.com.au.
BC6 552. This October, over 700 international players will descend on Perth for the 2019 WMF Mini Football World Cup. And 6PR is giving your sporting club the chance to be part of the action. We're giving away 5 prizes of 20 tickets to any game in the tournament, including the grand final. To win, register your sporting club at 6pr.com.au. Hurry, entries close September 15th. The 2019 Mini Football World Cup, October 1 to 11. Tickets at perth2019.com.
This is Perth Tonight with Chris Ilsley on 882 6PR.
Indeed, 92211882. By the way, if you want to get in contact with Ben Aylett, his website is benaylett.com. 1 L, 2 T's and Aylett. That's how we work it out. It's pretty easy to work out.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I know. It sounds hard to spell, though.
Yeah, it does.
but when you stop and think, oh, yeah, that's logical, and work that one out.
Yeah.
G'day, Craig.
Hey, Chris, how you going?
Good, mate.
Good. Long-time listener, I guess. I don't tend to agree with a lot of what you have to say, but I just wanted to call and say thank you, because the current trend of scientific illiteracy and dog whistling around this 5G stuff it's mind-boggling, and your willingness to tackle these people is much appreciated. You know, we hear a lot from these squeaky wheels, and it's good to hear somebody pushing back. So I just wanted to thank you for your common sense approach.
Mate, that's
I appreciate that.
On a night like tonight, you won't get many calls like that, but it is appreciated by some of us at least.
We'll take all the calls. We don't care.
No, we do. Thank you very much for that, Craig. I just hate the fact that some of the information, it's like a lot of things. If you're going to quote something, know what you're quoting and know why you're quoting. And unfortunately, there are people out there who put information out which is just blatantly not true. And when people want to quote reports to me about 5G that were made 5 years before 5G was even conceived, well, you see a problem. It would be like somebody painting doom and gloom about the motor car 5 years before anyone even came out with a motor car. How would you know? How would the research be carried out? What would be the control groups for all this sort of stuff? You know, there's all sorts of radio waves out there. I mean, where's he live? Morley. And by the way, you need to be honest, I should point out. Craig, not Craig.
What was it?
Fella before Sean. He told us he was from Whitford's. Well, that's BS for a start because his telephone prefix was 9371. That's out Maylands way. Right, Whitford's is not 9371. So the prefix on his phone number was 9371. So here we have somebody who can't even be honest with us about where he lives. Right, and I'm telling you right now, he does not live in Whitford's where he claimed.
That's unfortunate.
Because little inconveniences like that, we tend to know about stuff like that. We find prefixes are pretty easy to identify. And it's a matter of finding out this information. By the way, if you live out of Morley, you'd probably want to be more concerned about the power you're getting from the ABC transmitter at Hammersley because it's running a hell of a lot more power, I can promise you. G'day, Norman.
Yes, I called last night about the iOS update, 12 to 13. You told it's now September. It hasn't been updated to 13. It's now 12.41 of it updated to. I'm wondering when it'll be updated to 13. You told me September last month.
Okay. What phone are you using again? Which model iPhone?
iOS 6S. 6S.
A 6S?
iPhone 6S.
iPhone 6.
We had a discussion last month.
Yes, I think we did now. Would you say it was going to be compatible?
It hasn't been updated yet. It's 12.41 at the moment.
Okay.
Updated.
So you actively went into settings and you looked for an update, yes?
Yes. It says I've updated already 12.41. Update's completed. But when's 13 coming? Because it's September now.
Okay, iOS 13 update won't be coming to these phones and iPad models. So let's have a quick look at this one. Hang on, go away. Hate that.
Press that button over that one.
Apple has confirmed that iOS 13 will be available for the iPhone 6S and later. Okay, so that is coming out. It's just a matter of when. So
it's a bit late.
Well, that's all right.
It's
usually
it
comes
later
when
in the
it
month.
comes. You kind of just got to accept there may be good reasons for the delay. They might have some issues and they need to check those out first. Could be some very good reasons behind it, Norman.
When it comes to updates, Norman, the rule of thumb usually is that Microsoft is early in the month and Apple is late in the month.
Okay. So you would expect that if they've got something coming out in September, it would tend to be post the 15th of September.
Oh, well post, yes.
Cool.
Typically around the 20th.
Good stuff. Thank you very much for that, Norman. And Ben, thank you very much for that.
Wow, that flew by, didn't it?
Certainly did. Certainly did. There's all sorts of information out there.
Yeah, there sure is.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, mate. Our chief engineer wants to know how we can get 277 milliwatts out there.
Well, he just...
Oh, mate, he's beside himself. He just needs to know.
He's been listening in. Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, that's
good on you, Greg. By the way, your phone number, because...
oh, yes.
Yes, Kevin wanted that earlier.
Okay, yes. My phone number is 0419 965 196.
Yeah, I just got it programmed in the phone. I don't know. 0419 965 196.
That's right. During business hours, please.
Of course. And benaylett.com is the website. We'll talk to you next week.
Catch you then.
Hi there, it's